Hey everybody, this is Ted Check, recovering reporter. Let's take a look at this headline from Breitbart.com. Report: ABC campaign coverage has been 100% positive for Harris, 93% negative for Trump. Well, now, as I've said before, disappointing, but not surprising. Not surprising at all. Let's read on here. ABC News program World. So they looked at just one program. They just took one single program and said, let's put this one under the microscope and see what comes up. So ABC News program World News Tonight has shown an overall positive spin on its reporting of Vice President Kamala Harris versus its overall negative reporting on former President Donald Trump, according to a recent report. A report from the Media Research Center's MRC Newsbusters. Now, and just to be clear on this, Newsbusters is known as a conservative website. They definitely do take the mainstream media to task, and I think it's well established that the majority of the mainstream media is left leaning. So then this website is kind of the other way. They are right leaning, that's for sure. But so that's just full disclosure there. But they, I think they tried. I would guess that they tried to do an unvarnished, just play it straight kind of study. Is something positive? Is something negative? I think it's fairly easy to determine. So a report from Newsbusters found that an analysis of 100 campaign stories aired on World News Tonight, hosted by David, is it Muir or Muir? Muir, found, quote, 25 clearly positive statements made about Harris from reporters, anchors, voters, or other nonpartisan sources, which represented a 100% positive spin on the outlets reporting for Harris. But the 100 campaign stories that MRC reviewed stemmed from July 21st, when Harris entered the 2024 presidential race, to September 6th. An analysis of ABC's reporting on Trump found, quote, 5 clearly positive statements and a whopping 66 negative statements, representing a 93% negative spin on the outlets reporting for Trump. The MRC's Newsbusters report noted that ABC's reporters and anchors either jumped in to criticize Trump themselves, which they shouldn't be doing, or broadcast negative comments from nonpartisan sources to impart a heavily negative spin to the former president's coverage. I'm just going to continue to report these things as other sources are. But, what can you do? It's just rinse and repeat, right? It's just the same thing. It's Groundhog Day, the same thing over and over and over again with the negative coverage. All we're asking for is fair coverage. All we're asking for is some objectivity, some, just some balance. That's what we're asking for. Some accuracy. I don't think that's too much. I mean, those used to be the pillars of journalism. What journalism was, the bedrock of journalism, and they've been cast aside. And I mean, this is just, if in fact this is true, this is just blatant. This is, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. And so what's the point? Maybe it's like I said before, that they're playing to their base. That they know that there's their core, it feels the same way, so they're going to regurgitate, they're going to reflect back to their base audience. And they know that there's some people that are never going to tune into them, and so why cater to them at all? I've said this in my book. I believe I said it in my book that we've kind of turned into, the mainstream media, or the media landscape in general, has turned into one massive echo chamber where we go to hear or see our own beliefs reflected back to us. We don't go for opposing views. We don't want the news straight anymore. We've been conditioned, apparently, not to get the news straight anymore. We go to what pleases us. We go to what makes us feel warm and comfortable and everything. and that's to hear what we already believe reflected back to us. And it's sad, and it needs to change. It needs to change. And so I'm just trying to do my little part in this whole thing with the book and with these videos. Because like I said, this is first of all, it's reprehensible, and second of all, like they're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're out there with it. I mean, if they're being 100% positive for Harris and 93% negative for Trump, did they think nobody would notice? No, they know people are going to notice, but I figure, hey, look, we're satisfying, we're okay with this little audience that we have. We just have to, we just have to, treat this little audience that we have the way that they need to be treated. Treat them nicely and forget everything else. It's weird. It's bizarre. And it's not journalism. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and I will talk to you later.